What's up, guys? It's your boy L checking. And look, I get a lot of questions about Cali, Colombia, like where to stay, what to do, where to eat, and where to party. If you want the answer to these questions, sit tight. I'm bringing that all to you and more. So look, guys, we're going to jump straight into it with where to stay. So Cali is one of my favorite places in Colombia when it comes to places to stay. There's so many options, and for the price, it's hands down some of the best deals you're going to find. On top of all that, the city has some of the most host-friendly Airbnbs I've stayed at, with no front door monitoring and little to no micromanaging. But before we move on, I must say Cali is a huge city, so you want to make sure you are staying in the right area so you don't miss any of the action. With that being said, there are a few areas you want to stay clear of. As a general rule of thumb, Cali is kind of cut in the north and the south, and the north is generally said to be more tourist friendly. So just something to keep in mind when you're making your plans. Lucky for you, all the spots we'll talk about today are well above the safety line, so no need to worry. So in Cali, I highly recommend 3 neighborhoods, all places I stayed before and really enjoyed. The first neighborhood is Miraflores. This area is great location-wise because it's close to all the party areas like Parque de Perros and Boulevard de Rio, and we'll talk more about those in a minute. But it's also full of high-end accommodations like the ones you guys see me in my video, Rich in Colombia. From my experience, it's a very safe area, quiet area, perfect for if you want to get away from the hustle and bustle of the city and still be, close to the action, like an arm throw away. I think it's probably the most solid area for a first-time traveler to Cali, like just to get accustomed to the area and the city. I think it's kind of like the perfect spot to go. The next neighborhood is San Antonio. Now, San Antonio gives the same great location because it's only like a 5-minute drive from Miraflores, but the vibes are completely different. San Antonio is more of a tourist area. It gives more of a colonial city vibe as far as the buildings and, the feel of the area. So you're going to find more restaurants, cafes, bars, all focused on like international dining and just more, let's say, like IG friendly, more aesthetically pleasing places. For example, I had dinner there at a Peruvian restaurant and the cocktails was dressed up, and they even had a souvenir shop inside, like towards the back. So if you're into that type of trip, I think this is a great fit for you because you'll have a lot of options. Now, the last neighborhood I recommend is Alameda, and this was the first place I came to. I must say, out the 3, it's definitely like the roughest area I stayed in. And that's not to say I felt completely unsafe, but I consistently got told by locals, hey, put your camera away. Hey, it's not safe to record over here. I can say you probably won't find many other tourists here, but if you want to truly live in Cali and get to know the city and how it feels to be a true Caleño, this is absolutely the best neighborhood to do so. The neighborhood is full of like authentic restaurants, puro caleño, like restaurants that, people from Cali would eat at, and panderias, which are bread shops. And Cali is known to be like one of the best bread making cities in Colombia, from cheesy bread, sweet bread, sandwich bread. If you're into this stuff, this is the neighborhood you want to consider. And even if you don't stay here, you're definitely going to want to make some time to try a bread shop here, or it's actually another big spot, but we'll circle back to that one in the food section or where to eat. All right, guys, so next up is Nightlife, and Nightlife in Cali is a doozy. Now, if you're looking for Las Vegas or Hollywood vibe, red carpet, Cali is probably not your city. The most popular nightlife spots in Cali are mostly outdoors, starting with like Boulevard de Rio, which is a huge outdoor party with like 99% salsa. People just crowd in the streets, they drink, dance, make their own music literally all night. It's a great place to meet new people and just enjoy the night. Another option you have is Avenida Sexta or Plaza Javier, which is like a strip of bars and restaurants that range for a few blocks. Now, I've heard great things about this area, and unfortunately, the time I went, it was like a ghost town. I mean, nobody was there. Full disclosure, it was during a huge festival, and I think everyone just opts to go to Boulevard de Rio that night, or possibly the strip is more for pre-gaming. But absolutely check it out, and if it's rocking when you get there, let us know. Leave a comment below so everyone can know if it's still worth checking out. All right, so the next area you got to check out when you're in Cali is called Parque de Perro. Now, this area is interesting. It's an interesting area because it's like a park wrapped around with a circle of bars and clubs. It's similar to Parque Lleras in Medellin, but like a toned down version. I say this is your spot if you don't want a salsa vibe. There's a little more diversity in the music. I mean, you probably won't hear much hip hop, but it's your best bet because they do play reggaeton and they may throw in like a Tulsa, which has Nicki Minaj and Karol G, or Mi Gente, which has like Beyonce and J Balvin. I mean, they call Cali the capital of salsa, so just be happy with that. All right, so last is Carrera 66, which is on the other side of the city, you know, the naughty side we talked about before. Now, if you've been watching the channel for a while, you'll probably remember this area when a dude got slapped. So in other words, it's not the best part of town. But if you are looking for, you know, a club area, not an outdoor vibe, but like an actual club, to get dressed up, you know, bring out your Sunday's best, this is gonna be an area. In regards to the safety aspect, the strip is full of nice spots and they have a lot of security. So you won't have to worry about safety once you're inside. I personally didn't go inside, but you know, the vibe seemed great, the music seemed great from the outside. And before I scurry off to the next topic, I have to tell you guys something that I probably should have told you in the beginning, so forgive me. In regards to nightlife in Cali, Cali is kind of an early city. I remember, story time, I remember getting ready to go out and I asked the person I'm with, what time should we head out? Maybe in an hour or two. And the person is like, no, we need to leave right now. And I'm like, bro, it's 11 o'clock. How can we go out at 11 o'clock? Everywhere's gonna be empty. But they were right. It was full-blown lit at 11 p.m. Streets packed, everything bussing. And, you know, things start to wind down at like 2 a.m. So if you are a person that like to leave the house around like midnight, you know, it's gonna be a short night if you follow that game plan in Cali because they like to get things started early so they could go home. All right, guys, let's get it. Next up is where to eat. Now, for me, Cali, hands down, has the best food in Colombia. And we could debate this, but not today. We've already touched on them being the bread kings of the country, but I'd be doing all of you a disservice if I didn't say Cali knows how to make some good seafood. And if you don't believe me, just watch some of my videos. I dare you. I triple dog dare you. And see if I'm lying. To get started, I have to recommend this place. And for any of my listeners with good memories, you'll remember I said way back in the first section, I'll be circling back to the neighborhood Alameda. And that time has come. So there's a spot called Galeria de Alameda. Now this place is a market with stations that sell like produce, meat, and there's 2 or 3 kitchens there. And you'll get some of the freshest and most well-made seafood in Cali. Now, you want to try this food because honestly, it's from the Pacific Coast, and I guarantee you'll try something that you have never tried before. I gotta say, if you have like seafood allergies or if you're just not a seafood person, this is probably not the spot for you as far as the Galeria de Alameda because they really specialize in seafood. But don't worry, because I got you. If this is your situation, you want to check out San Antonio, the neighborhood we talked about. If you head there, you'll be sure to find any food you'll find in any top dining city. You know, they'll have sushi, they have steak, any international dining tricks that you like, they'll have it for you. For those looking for typical Colombian food, snacks, things like that, you want to head to El Centro or downtown. There you'll find a lot of mom and pop restaurants. This one I found, it had like a buffet style dining area where you could choose everything from pork, beef, chicken, beans and rice, and more options. You can also find there like sugarcane machines, street vendors, a lot of local things. So it's definitely an area you want to check out as well when it comes to food. Okay guys, last one on the list is things to do, and boy, Cali has a lot. I do have to tell you, a lot of the things to do in Cali involve walking and exploring. And if that's not your vibe, you could find Cali a bit hard to enjoy during the day. I'll list a few things at the end that don't involve much walking, so you guys can have a couple of options. But here we'll start with parks and views. So Cali has several parks you could check out with breathtaking views. The top three that you can't miss are Park of San Antonio or Parque de San Antonio, Loma de la Cruz, which I don't really know how to translate. I'm gonna say like the Hill of the Cross, and Cerro de las Cruces, which is like the summit of the three crosses. All these areas are similar and offer like a great view after a short little hike. One park that doesn't offer the view but still is worth checking out is Parque de los Gatos. It's a park slash walkway that displays like different cats that have been designed with themes. It sounds cheesy, I know, but it's really fun, and it gives you a nice view of the water or the river that runs through the city. It's a nice spot to go and, take a jog. And I don't know, I had a lot of fun. You could do this in the daytime or the nighttime. I kind of recommend the nighttime though. Besides that, Cali has a couple great malls you want to drop in. There's two that just come to mind, which is El Jardín Mall and Chippy Choppy. Now, they're both pretty big, but they kind of give different vibes. The malls have everything from, shops to good eats. Great spot to meet people, mix and mingle. I advise not to film because for whatever reason, filming is very frowned upon in malls. So try to keep your camera in your pocket. I told you guys I'll circle back to those things that don't involve much walking. One big one is taking a salsa class. Like I said before, Cali has been deemed the salsa capital of the world, so you'll have your pick of the litter when it comes to finding good options. On top of that, the city is full of bars, really nice places to go and, grab a cold one on a hot day. Lucky enough for you, all the days in Cali are hot. And speaking of hot days, you're definitely going to want to head to this super local spot called Conchas Panamericas. And thank me later because you will not find this spot on any tourist site, any site online. This is a hidden gem I only found by talking to locals. And this spot is right outside this area called Unidad Deportiva Jaime Aparicio. And it's a block full of stands selling the most popular snacks in Cali, like lulada, cholado, y champús, which are like some of the treats you must try when you're in the city. It's just a must-do thing. And look, last but not least, my number one recommendation for things to do in Cali is Petronio Alvarez Festival. And if you saw my series, I did there, you'll know why. Petronio is the largest Afro-Latin festival in the world, and it takes place every August. From food to drinks to music, it's hands down the best thing you'll find in Cali and possibly in Colombia, in my opinion. Okay, guys, to wrap this up, I have to say Cali can absolutely be a bit of a curveball for some tourists, especially those looking more for a Medellin or Cartagena alternative. If you come to Cali with those expectations, you may find yourself, I don't know, commenting next month how much you didn't like it. Cali is very much its own city with a super distinct culture and vibe, and it may not be for everyone. It's probably why many tourists prefer to skip it and, go to other more popular, more visited cities in the country. What I can say is if you give Cali a try, give it a chance with an open mind, ready to explore and learn some things, gain some new experiences that you may not get in those other cities, I think you'll have a good time. I think you'll really enjoy it. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to cut it here. Look, man, you know who it is. I'll check in. Dude on YouTube, but not a YouTuber. That's it. Until the next time, I'm out. What's up, guys? If you like the shirt you see me wearing in this video or any of my other videos, check out the description box below to get yours.